Okay, here we are at 435 North Compass Rose. We've lived here for 27 years, or I have. My girls grew up here. I'm making this video for them, just as a memory. So when we moved in, this house was all a dark brown, a little bit of rotted wood on the trim. You can do a lot in 27 years, so some of the things we did were replace the garage doors. We put in some rock landscaping not all that long ago. We put in all new windows in the house several years ago. When we bought the house, it was completely covered in pink carpet. I was very happy the day we finally ripped out the last of the pink carpet inside of the last closet. Where these French doors are, there used to be a window that looked out onto a wooden deck with a hot tub. But that all got pretty deteriorated. We tore it out and poured a slab instead, and then later had someone do an overlay to make it look more like stones, which we really like a lot. We did a whitewash over the brick fireplace that was kind of a pinkish orange brick, and we added the mantle, put in that electric fireplace there. We did a lot in the kitchen. The kitchen used to just have a small doorway into it, and we had an awesome contractor help us do the work named Nacho. That was his nickname. Our neighbors across the street told us about him. Well, actually someone else first opened the wall for us, but he didn't do very good finish work. This is just a glass countertop, glass that I'm about to move that's in the way here, but we had all new cabinets put in. We literally gutted the kitchen when we first bought the house. The ceiling was drop ceiling with black and white tiles. The floor was checkerboard black and white. The cabinets were awful black, and we had white stained Formica countertops for a very long time. It was only a few years ago that we finally replaced all the cabinets with drawers, which gives you much better storage. Added a pantry. The breakfast nook, for a lot of years, we had sort of a built-in bench seat there. One of the biggest improvements was replacing the windows. The house looks so much better after replacing the windows. What else have we done here? There's probably not a single room that hasn't been gone over in some way. We added all the trim around the doors. We actually replaced all of the doors because the house had the kind of the ugly flat doors. We replaced lights and ceiling fans, and even the trim boards at some point were replaced. All the rooms have been painted at one time or another. We just had this bathroom completely retiled, put new tile on the floor and around the tub surround. Painted it a few years back, so we haven't redone that yet, but I really like the wood tile. We may have to do that again in the new house at some point. These French doors were also added. In this primary bedroom, there was just sliding glass doors when we first moved in. And this room has been painted, gosh, probably at least 3 times. I remember at one point it was like a Merlot red, which sounded cool at this time, but it really wasn't a good idea. And then we painted it a much more neutral color. We did redo the shower as well. Nacho did that. He built a little pony wall for us and added the storage in there for the shower. We added some shelves. We added a vanity. And he also added another layer of shelves up there at the top of the closets. I always recommend that. There's usually a lot of wasted space there. The next thing that probably made the biggest difference in the house was a storm came through and blew down the fence. And when that happened, it was the neighbor's fence that blew down. And all of a sudden we could see our yard was double in size, and we had palm trees and it was beautiful. So I went and told the neighbor, it was like, we'll help pay for half the fence, but honestly, we don't want to put it back up. Can we buy this piece of your yard? And he has 4 lots, so this, you see where the fence ends right here? That used to be the end of our yard. So all of this back here past this fence line, which went across to there, to that tree, was not ours. And then when that fence blew down, all of a sudden there was all of this. And it took some work, but we were actually able to buy the piece of the land, because I don't know if you can see his house over there, it faces the other direction. And he has 3 additional lots over there, so he didn't really need this little odd triangle in the back, the side of his yard. We were able to purchase that. And then the kid's dad had built a shed a long, long time ago, and it was starting to fall apart. So we traded a trailer that we owned and had them remodel the shed to become a home office or a workout room, which we really loved having it as a workout room. But it is air-conditioned space, high ceilings, and they put the French doors in. We asked them to face this direction so that you have privacy and we're able to look out to the pretty yard, not right into the house if you're using it as an office. So we really liked this space a lot, and we'll have to rebuild something like this at the new place. But it was kind of nice to make something useful again out of a structure that their dad had built, and he put a lot of hard work into building it. But it was falling apart, and they came in and sheetrocked it and put in floors and trim, and we've loved it. That's about it. We've had an amazing time here. I've loved raising the girls here. They don't want me to sell it, so we're just going to rent it for now and see how everything goes. But it's been a great home, and I think me and the girls will miss it, but we also may be back one day. You never know. We are certainly grateful for the time we've had here.